Hey guys, welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Linace, and on my channel I mainly focus on motivational videos, lifestyle, and I give you guys tips and advice on realistic things that everybody relates to. And I hope you really enjoyed this channel, and I hope you subscribe and make sure you like this video if you've not done so. In today's video I am going to be talking about dark skinned living in an all-white community struggles. Okay, so these are struggles that I have personally experienced, and I know I did not go on Google and I did search them up and just give you guys out of the blue. I really experienced some of these things, and I am just helping out anybody that has experienced them as well. And I will be telling you guys what these struggles are and how to deal with them, and that is basically from my own personal experience and how I dealt with them. So okay, before I dive into the video, I want to give you guys a little background story. Okay, so I came to the States in the year 2014 going into 2015. Okay, and I started in 8th grade, so I basically kind of just started from scratch. When I went to my school, I only found 2 black kids. Okay, and I was excited. They were excited, and I remember they were asking me, oh, do you speak French? And I'm like, I don't know, I don't speak French. But regardless, we were all excited to see each other, and we became really close friends. Okay, so these 2 friends of ours left the school. Okay, so then it was just me and this other girl. I think you've seen Winnie on this channel, so it was just me and Winnie. And the class, there was only 2 of us, 2 black people, and the rest were white. Okay, and some of them I think might have had other, like, you know, races or whatever into them. And so during this time I feel like I felt more black than I ever did when I was home, which is normal. Like that is a feeling that everybody feels. And so being in this school where there weren't that many black people, we were like the center of attention. Like literally, when it came to hairstyles, people would ask me. When it came to this, people would ask. They would ask questions that would be like, are you really asking me this question? Are you serious about this question? Like some questions, if you didn't have patience with them and if you didn't understand, you would literally get annoyed. So any of these things that I'm gonna talk about in this video are from experience. Okay, I've lived in this same community for about almost 7 years, and so like I understand, I've seen the struggles, I've experienced it, and I have learned a lot. And so I hope that the people that have encountered me, that I've been around, have also learned a lot. Okay, so let's dive into the struggles that I have. Struggle number 1 is there are not enough products for black people. Like literally, there's not as much of products as you would have if you lived in an all like black community. Like I have gone to like bigger states that have more of a black community, and I have seen products that I have never seen here, and I've been so shocked. I've been excited, I've been devastated. I've been like, why don't we have any of these products back home? Like I literally feel so bad about myself. There are no hair stuff, like none of this stuff. There's like braiding things, you have to drive like an hour and 30 minutes to find any of those, or you have to Google them. So that is like a struggle. Like you don't have a lot of products, you don't have a lot of black people stuff. Like there's not that much, so you just have to deal with whatever you got. Like sometimes like I'll go into like the white people section and I'll pick out something that I'm like, I think this, it says oh hair type, so I just pick it up and I go with it. So that is the struggle that you have to get used to. It's either you drive somewhere else, or you just go and order it online. Okay, that's struggle number 1. Struggle number 2 is not having enough salons. Okay, so you don't have enough, not like just salons in general, but black people salons, black hair salons. Like you don't have a lot of those. Like literally, the reasons why, here are the 2 reasons why I had to learn how to do my own hair. Reason number 1 is because there are not enough black hair salons. Okay, number 2 is braiding your hair is very expensive. So it's either you learn how to braid your own hair, or you spend about like $200 or even more to just like get the hair done. And sometimes you don't even get the hair that you want to get done. And so that is a big struggle. If you want to get your hair braided, like I literally have to go somewhere else to have my hair braided, or I just get lucky and somebody, like a friend from Africa, comes over, like they're visiting, and then they do my hair. Otherwise I literally just sit here for hours and hours and braid my hair. that is a real struggle. Struggle number 3 is not a lot of people can relate to your struggles. Like those struggles that I'm talking about, not a lot of people can relate to them. Like I remember the first time I ever did my hair, or I ever got my hair braided, they were like, oh, how long did that hair take you? How long did this take you? Who did this to your hair? How did they do it? How do you literally, they would ask you questions like, how do you put fake hair? How do you put like this hair? When they know, this is when they know that it's your, the hair that you have on you is not your hair. They'll ask you, how do you put the fake hair with the natural hair? How does that work? And then I remember the first time I had a sleepover and I literally had to braid my hair, because you know sometimes you go swimming and your hair looks like, you look like a crackhead, and so you gotta braid your hair. And I put on a bonnet and people would literally be like, why are you putting on that thing to go to bed? Why are you doing that to your hair? Like everything you have to explain. I had my hair in I braided my hair in African thread. People literally ask me, why is your hair so pokey? Why is it so? Some of those things you have to answer them with grace. You just literally have to put yourself in their shoe and be like, okay, these people don't understand. You explain it. So it's either you have two options. It's either you explain or you complain and you get irritated and they get irritated and you see it as a race comment, or you see them as ignorant people, or you just explain the situation and we all learn and move on. And that's kind of how I saw it. That's the perspective I've lived with, is when you don't understand, I'll explain it to you, and if you ask me over again, I'll explain. If you keep asking me and it seems like you're mocking me, then that's when I get irritated. Okay, struggle number 4 is no one knows how to help your needs. Okay, when it comes, especially these needs are more like when it comes to your hair, literally no one knows. Like they don't really know. I remember with the person I live with, my aunt, literally one time we sat down and told her how to braid hair, and the outcome was, you know, it was like they try, but it's not what you would do yourself. And so there's some that actually go out of their way to go look for hair stuff, but some of them don't even try. So you gotta just like do it yourself, find it yourself. And sometimes you go together on that journey to go get the hair done, and people be looking at you like crazy, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes you just don't get the help. Like you don't get the help, and you just accept that help is not gonna come from that person. You literally won't have them do your hair because they don't know. Like you're not gonna be sitting down in between somebody's laps, somebody's legs, braiding your hair. Like they're not gonna do that. Like they don't know that stuff. All right. Struggle number 5 is failure to understand racism in that particular area. Okay, I have literally had people that say, oh, racism doesn't exist here. I've never seen any, you know, racism stuff. Racism exists. Whether you live in an all white community that only has like 10 black people, they probably felt somebody be racist towards them. But the majority of the people that are either white or whatever that the color is, tend to think, oh, that thing doesn't exist. Just because you've never experienced it don't mean it doesn't exist. It exists, and it really hurts to hear people say, oh, that doesn't exist, because they've never heard it, because there's only like 10 black people in that community. Like it's a struggle, and it kind of hurts sometimes, but you just gotta do everything with grace. Okay, struggle number 6 is people are always fascinated about your hair, and there's always a need for an explanation. You literally have to get used to explaining stuff to literally everybody, people in the street, people everywhere. You explain. I remember I had my hair, I braided my hair with like some green and black. I just did easy box braids, and this guy stopped me. Oh, I think maybe it was orange and black, and this guy stopped me at my ear, and he's like, how did you do your hair? Like first he said, wow, your hair is so cool. And I'm like, oh, thank you. And then he was like, and then I started walking away, and he was like, how did you do your hair? I'm like, do I really take the time to explain to you how I did my hair, or should I just skedaddle? Should I move on? And so I was just like, it's a long story. No, I didn't say that. I just said, oh yeah, it's really a long story. I would love to explain it to you, but it's really long. But all you gotta know is I did it myself. And he was like, oh yeah, I love it. It's so cool. And yeah, no need for you to explain yourself. So people really understand. If you answer to them with grace, they will understand you. Okay, but it is a struggle. You have to get used to explaining yourself all the time. Okay, struggle number 7 is black people. There are other black Americans that assume that you have all the white privileges. Okay, if you live with a white family, or if your community is basically white and you're a black person, associating with other black people is a struggle, okay? Because some of them think you're better than them, think you have a better life than them, or you have all the white privileges because you're living with a white person. Okay, other black people might think you have a better life. Like I said, they might think your life is better and you're mocking them when you're not, or you're looking down at them because you don't speak Ebonic and all that stuff. You speak proper English and they don't, and so you think they're dumb, whatever. It's just, the struggle is real, okay? But yeah, guys, those are the only 8 struggles that I had. I hope you learned 1 or 2 things, okay? Just know that if you ever find yourself in an environment where you're the only black person, know that these struggles happen. We've all gone through them. Deal with them with grace, and just know that you're learning, they're learning. And don't have this mentality of everything is racist. No, sometimes learn to be patient, learn to be accepting of other cultures, and learn from other people. If you learn, and they'll learn from you, and I'm not gonna say always gonna be well, but there's gonna be some improvement and development there, okay? Anyways, guys, that is all from today. That's all I had for you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you hit that bell down there and turn on those post notification bells, and so that you will be notified anytime I post those videos. All right, guys, thank you so much, and I will see you in my next video. Also, I've been feeling myself. Look at these nails. Literally feeling myself. Like, I feel like I'm a diva, but I'm not. But like, my nails make me wanna